Hi, buddy. I'm Derek Kennedy, Holly Kennedy's husband. I just wanted to give everyone an update on what's been happening with Holly and how she's doing now at the moment. So, just give you a quick update on what's going on. Holly's at the moment in St. Luke's getting her radiation treatment. So, what happened just before that was that just after Holly got back from America after getting her trial drug, she started to get a bit of pain in her back, which started to get quite bad fairly quickly. So we had our appointment down with our oncology department in James's, and they done a scan. They had a look, and they were like, "Look, there is there is cancer in the bone, and we reckon it's aggravating at the actual bone in the spine on the lower back, and it's causing a bit of nerve pain. So they reckon if they done a bit of radiation, that would relieve that and get that issue sorted. So we got an appointment then to go to the best place to go, or the quickest place was to go into down to St. Luke's. So we were waiting for an appointment, but in that interim, Holly's pain got quite bad, and painkillers had to be ramped up an awful lot. So it kind of left Holly in a situation where she couldn't lie down on her back or lie on her side or on her belly, and the only way to sleep was the way I am now, sitting upright. And if you've ever tried it's a nightmare. You don't get a proper night's sleep or a full night's sleep. So we got our appointment in St. Luke's. We went down, had a chat with him, told him the situation, talked to the palliative care who look after the pain end of it. They're the pain specialists, and they to get Holly through that particular session of radiation that day, they gave Holly a pain injection and then a relaxant to just relax everything down, because when we went down to get the radiation, Holly couldn't lie down. It was just excruciating. So they done that relaxant, gave it around 20 minutes to settle in, and I thought, well, this should work, because Holly was kind of very relaxed and calm and what have you. And she went back down and lasted maybe 2 minutes. You have to lie down to get the radiation, and they have to line you up and everything. There's a bit of a rigmarole to it, and she couldn't do it. So we came home that day, and that night was for a better word, it was pretty crap. We were up, both of us were up all night. Holly was in excruciating pain. She wanted to get an ambulance in, and I was like, look, we taken extra painkillers. I said, look, hang on, we're back down in St. Luke's tomorrow. If we get into an ambulance, we're not even going to go to James's. I think we're not even in the catchment area. We'd end up, I don't know where we'd end up. I think it's somewhere out in Blanche or something like that. I don't know, but which would have been a nightmare. So look, we're down in St. Luke's. At least if we get down there, you can get in there. We get admitted, and they can get the pain under control, and we can get the radiation. So thankfully, the painkillers kicked in, and anyway, we went down that Friday and talked to the palliative care, and they were like, yeah, look, and we came down packed, ready to go. So look, I think we need Holly to come in. So they admitted Holly in, and then started to get the pain under control. They put her on a driver, which is putting it directly in over a 24-hour period, the pain relief. And then that Friday, they done a radiation, and Holly was able to do it. Still quite painful, even with the pain relief. And then a rest of Saturday, Sunday. Then it started again on the Monday. And so it was 5 radiation sessions, and that finished on the Thursday. Still pain was still quite high. The last radiation session turned out that the machine stopped working, and they had to recalibrate it and start again. So she was like double the time in there, but managed to get through it lying on her back, and still in lots of pain. Now what they did say was, when they do the radiation, sometimes, not with everyone, but the pain can get worse. With Holly it did. Because of the reaction the radiation is having with the cancer. So the pain did get worse, and they upped all the painkillers, but I personally didn't think they were working as they should do. And then the doctors had a look, and they were like, we think you're getting basically too toxic to this. I think it's OxyContin she was on, or Oxynorm. So they switched it. They switched it there the other day to a different opioid. I have no idea what the name is. And that seems to work a lot better. Holly was getting a lot of breakthrough pain where she'd have to ask for an injection, and they'd inject her and she'd feel a lot better along with the driver. So there's an awful lot of drugs going into her system. But with this one now, she's not getting as many breakthrough injections, and thank God she's able to get some sleep and actually physically kind of lie back a little bit more, not fully on her back, but they have the beds that you can press the button and they tilt back, which is grand. So she's able, the last 2 nights she's been able to get more sleep, you know, and good quality sleep rather than a bit of sleep and waking up and in pain, you know. So that's been pretty good in that regard. So, but you know, she's exhausted from it all. You know, 4 weeks without proper sleep takes its toll. Plus everything else you've gone through. Plus the radiation. Radiation. Anyone who's got radiation treatment knows that you're wiped out after it. So, you know, Hollywood getting out of the bed and going to the toilet, which be the wardrobe's behind me, and get back into bed, she's wiped out, knackered from it. So at the moment she's just kind of resting. I'm going down every day and making sure that she's eating. Most of the time when I'm there, she's sleeping, and I'm just there as company. So that's where we're going. She's making small progress. It's baby steps at a time, but you know it's quite difficult. It's quite hard for her. So I want to thank everyone for all your messages and support. I want to thank Olive for all her work on the GoFundMe as well, because that GoFundMe is allowing me to take time away from work completely. I'm not doing any work. I've closed the workshop for the time being, so I can look after Holly and Andrew and everything else that goes on. So that's my days at the moment: is hospital, Andrew, bed, and repeat. So, but so you know, all the messages that we're getting from people. Look, we do apologise that we're not getting back to you. For me, it may take a day or two for me to get back to you. But we all really do appreciate the messages that Holly's getting, and you know the support that we're getting. So keep them coming. Really do appreciate them, and you know, I suppose all that's left to do is really just is to give it time. You know, say a prayer, and that we can get Holly in a position that where the pain is under more control, on less drugs, and then you know where she can actually come home, and sometimes you can recover better at home as well. But she's not there yet, but we're getting there. So thanks very much to everyone for your support, and if I have any updates, I'll let Olive know, and she can put them up. Okay, so I'm gonna time for me to get changed and head down to the hospital. Okay, have a good day.